Hello and welcome to another special episode of Teacher Needs a Drink podcast. I am Elvis, your host, and I'm here to let you know that this is a not safe for work podcast. We are teachers at the end of the week and really the end of our ropes, and we'd like to be able to talk openly and honestly about teaching without having to worry about losing our jobs. So we'll be using pseudonyms throughout the podcast, hence the Elvis. First off, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Lud Lamb Dramatics. If you are a theater teacher or you know a theater teacher in your building, or you've been swindled into doing an after-school drama club, go to ludlamdramatics.com. They have the best resources for theater teachers. There's so much there just to get you going because there is jack shit for theater in the teacher store. So go to ludlamdramatics.com. I'd also like to talk about our sponsor, Legendary Pretzels. They are amazing. They take pretzel rods, they dip them in chocolate and roll them around in some of the best candies in the world. And you can also get them gluten-free. They are an affordable way to treat yourself and they're amazing. Go to legendarypretzels.com. Last, I'd like to thank our sponsors, and by our sponsors, I mean listeners like you, our Patreon patrons. That's right, we have a Patreon, and it's for as little as $5 to $10 a month. You can join and get access to all kinds of exclusive episodes, bonus episodes, live recording sessions, watch parties, step bets. There's all kinds of things. So you should be one of them. And here's some of the ones we have now. I'd like to thank Jessica A, SWFL EV owners, Amanda F, Ariana L, Jessica H, Physics Runner, Melissa V, Steph, Science Teach 17, Michael M, Kim C, William P, Sarah O, Aldrich T, La Scorpionita, Britt M, Tisha C, Teresa H, Biker H, Caitlin L, Marsha M, Wiaza, Christina B, Miss Alabama, Kristen B, Megan R, Huvian, Ashley M, Jason F, Amber H, JJO, Jeff S, Abby B, Ann T, Sarah B, Regina F, Anna L, Josie S, Sam B, Lucy P, Mary E, Jamie B, Hope H, Aaron D, Christine W, Vanessa J, Maris C, Rylan L, Catherine S, RJR, Kristen C, Johanna H, Tony Christina K, Irma A, Nimi, Melissa M, Lisa S, and Sarah N. Thank all of those patrons. If there is something you'd like to share with Teacher Needs a Drink podcast, you can hit us up through the contact page of our website, and we'll do our best to get through it. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoy this episode. We have Bunny O'Hare back from maternity leave, as well as Miss Shirley Temper back from her COVID leave. Oh my God, it's been rough, but I'm so happy to have both these ladies back. One last thing I'd like to say, we're starting our step bet this week. This is our warm-up for our next step bet. If you're interested in getting motivated to take a little extra exercise, download the Step Bet app and use the code TNAD4. That will get you in, and you can march and walk with the rest of us. This is just the warm-up week, so if you miss a day or two, it's okay. Next week is when it gets real. All right, my friends, I love all of you. Enjoy episode number 105. Yay! No, it's an epidemic. Let's talk about that once we get started. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. So, hey, Mama Chicken, glad you're here. Hello, Miss Jessica A. and Raffaris75. All right, folks, welcome to Teacher Needs a Drink podcast. I am Elvis, your host, and with me today I have Miss Bunny O'Hare.
Hey, Elvis. Woohoo.
Woohoo! Welcome back. And also, I haven't had either of you guys on here. Welcome back, Miss Shirley Temper.
So I killed, so I maimed, so I destroyed one innocent life after another. Aren't I a human being? Don't I yearn and ache and shop?
Okay, you got to tell me, what is it?
Anybody want to guess? Anybody want to guess?
I feel like I've heard it before, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah,
Bunny, do you know?
I don't know. That's right. Just got it. It's Addams Family Values.
Ooh, Jessica A. got it.
Mm-hmm. It's Debbie. Yeah. Debbie is so good.
Welcome back, ladies. I had a good week, and I sometimes I feel guilty when I hear about a lot of teachers who are having a really, really shit time. I've had a really shit time some weeks this year. But this past week, I had some good energy and good vibes. I had a birthday because I'm old, and that might have helped me. I was dark the first half of my birthday because I was thinking all about all the deep thoughts. And then by the afternoon, I was cool and the world was great. And it's been a good week. And I've got a 4-day week because we have Indigenous Peoples Day day off this week. And so I'm kind of with the flow right now. I'm in a good place. And I feel a little bad because I know a lot of people are really, really, really struggling with it all. But I'm out there for you guys. We love you. And it's a tough time, but ooh. But Ms. Bunny, this is your first day back on the podcast. You have your brand new buddy Fufu has been born. You guys are a month into it. So what's going on with you? How is life outside?
It's good. We're starting to kind of get into a little bit of the rhythm. That's all going to go out the window Tomorrow, when Mr. O'Hara goes back to work, he's been home with me, so we've been able to kind of tag team it. But no, I'm glad to get to have some time with her. Okay, so I have to tell you this just because it kind of makes my brain hurt a little bit. I was fortunate to get a really, really good sub for my maternity leave.
Good.
And he's out with COVID right now.
No!
Womp womp.
That sucks. Womp womp.
And my teammate who has been checking on him like every day and kind of making sure everything is as it should be and all that, her daughter had a positive case in her class, and so she has to stay home with her daughter. So
That's
the
the
moral
thing
of the story is COVID is still out there. People, wear your masks. Be safe.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the thing about for us teachers who have kids, that even if we can manage to dodge the bullet, not necessarily our kids in school can, because I had to miss about 3 or 4 days because my son was exposed. And, well, speaking of exposed, hey, Miss Shirley Temper.
Hi.
Want to tell the audience what's been going on with you?
Sure. So, I got COVID and I got it really, really badly. I'm vaccinated. I'm masked. Had to isolate away from my husband and children for 10 days. That means 10 days without any human contact. It was awful. It was definitely mentally stressful, exhausting. I definitely am not recovered yet mentally from that. I started having, once I had reached the point where I was supposed to be getting better, I wasn't. I was having chest pain, having trouble breathing. So I got an x-ray, and my doctor's office kind of dicked around on getting results back to me. So last Thursday they were like, hey, you're clear. But the receptionist called me. I'm like, okay, but I have a lot of questions because I don't feel better and I'm going back to work tomorrow. I need, and they're like, oh yeah, they'll call you back. And they never did. Started work and, still having trouble breathing, still having trouble, I have to stop and breathe. And it's been really rough. And I finally called my doctor's office and I was like, listen. And I said, I don't know what I need to do, but I can't breathe and something's wrong. And my chest hurts. It hurts to the touch, you guys. Like it's sore. Like I pulled muscles in my chest. Oh. And I called, left a message, didn't get it back. Mr. Temper called and he was like, I'm not getting off this phone until I speak to somebody. And they did a double check at my x-ray and they were like, oh yeah, she has inflammation in her chest. There's some medical term for it, but basically it's like where I coughed so much that the lining of my lungs, front and back, is inflamed.
Holy shit.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So I have another week of prednisone, which makes me feel crazy. They did give me some pretty sweet muscle relaxers.
Yeah.
But I can't take them at work, because they get a little tired. Yeah. I am getting better. Yesterday was a good day. I was doing really good. And then about 7 p.m., I just crashed and I slept for 3 hours, like hardcore slept. I have literally been in bed all day. It completely wrecked me. So I have tomorrow off as well. And I'm just going to have to take it easy because I'm just ready to be healthy. Like this is the most depressing shit ever. And I feel bad because people keep asking me how I am and I want to be like, I'm doing so much better. And I am getting better, but it's just like one step forward and then surprise and then scoot back a little bit. Nah, you thought.
That's really concerning because think about how bad it would have been if you hadn't been vaccinated.
Oh, because I nearly went to the hospital twice.
Well, I mean, yeah, they say the vaccine is less about not getting it and more about keeping you from dying from it.
Yeah, keeping you out of the hospital. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, think about how bad it would have been if you hadn't been vaccinated. Like you could have been in big trouble.
Big trouble.
And we're probably preaching to the choir at this point. So yeah, get vaccinated, people, if you haven't already.
Wear a mask.
I'm going to send this to you, Miss Shirley. And this is from the contact page of our website, teachingneedsdrinkpodcast.com.
Okay, here I go. This is from Pumpin' Mama. Love you guys. I have a question that I need to throw out to the sounding board of educators. I am a brand new mama about to go back to work, and I don't know how to go about talking to admin about the needing to pump to continue feeding my baby. I'm worried about interrupting my classes to go pump. Also, I've heard some people put up pumping in session signs, but I work at a high school, and I don't know how that would go over with students who are a little less than mature with things they don't understand. Any help is greatly appreciated. Pumping, Mama, you came to the right place. I have had 2 children. I've had to do this dance 2 times.
She's got it. I had my wife was a teacher who was pumping all the time. I covered for her, and I've also covered for many, many teachers who were pumping. And so I have some tips I can offer as well. But Miss Shirley Temper, I believe you are the expert, so you go for it. You go first.
So here's the thing. You absolutely are going to go to your administrator, and you're going to say every hour, however long you need, whatever that time is, you are going to take 10 minutes and you are going to go pump. And, if you have an office, go in the office. If you, need to go somewhere else, go somewhere else. Just put a sign on the door that says, do not knock, do not enter for any reason. You don't have to talk about, the pumping thing. I was the same way. I didn't put my business out there, but I put a sign on my door that was like, yes, I am in here. No, you cannot bother me. Go away. Mm-hmm. And then I put like little hearts around it. So I was like, go away. Heart. My administrators were really great about it. And I was in the middle of one of my less supportive principals at the time, but everybody was really, really cool. Nobody made me feel bad about it. They were like, absolutely whatever you need. So that's the good news.
I believe that's a legally protected thing, isn't it?
Pretty confident it is.
I was going to say, I believe that's a thing that they have to accommodate you doing, as it's basically a medical accommodation at that point. So, your admin has to allow you time and an adequate location in which to pump.
Back when I was married back in the day, we had the doors with the big long slit window, the kind of vertical 4-inch, with the chicken wire going through.
Slit.
Yeah, that's the one. I did. And so we would have a piece of black construction paper with a little white note in it that said, admin meeting in progress, do not enter. Wow. And so we'd put that on the door whenever it was there. And any teachers who ask, why is this person having an admin meeting every 10 minutes or something? Well, they're an idiot. They can just ask. And students aren't that observant where they're going to notice that once an hour, every 2 hours, or whenever you need that's up. But that's usually enough to keep kids out because they don't want to go in. If there's going to be a principal in the room, they're less likely to bust in. You don't need to go to a bathroom and do it. You need to, if that's an admin's answer, tell them to go fuck yourselves. You don't need to be sitting in a shit stall over and over again. And not to mention, if you have a machine or something you're using, it's odd if you're in a shared bathroom and there's a coming from the one stall. It's kind of suspicious. Yeah, that's just not something you need. So you demand your room needs to be emptied or they need to supply a place. And the teacher's lounge isn't an option because you don't need to be in a shared space. You are allowed privacy. And I know some people don't give a fuck. They'll whip them out. But you don't need that one creepy odd sub who comes in once a month to start staring at your tatas while you're just trying to have personal time because it's your time. And so if you want to have relaxing music for that 10 or 15 minutes or whatever you need, you do it.
I played Metallica.
That sounds right.
Well, I did it just so it would cover the sound of the machine because mine was so loud. So I would just blast Metallica.
But this is the one thing no one can give you shit for. If you want to pump, you could even take it if you're not pumping because they don't get to question you. You could say, hey, this is my time that I'm just going to check in with my sitter or go see what's going on. But it is not anyone's business what you're doing at that time, whether you're pumping or not. This is your freedom, your tatas. You take it. And don't take shit. And I think at this point, Mama Chicken and our listener Jessica A, both who are listening, or patrons who are listening in because they're patrons, both agree this is something that is legally protected. If people are giving you shit like you should have stayed home, tell them to go fuck themselves.
Soundly.
Solidly. Miss Bunny, do you have any thoughts or feelings about this?
It is your legally protected right. This is a conversation that I had with my admin before I went out on maternity leave. I'm still out for a few more weeks here. Because it's legally protected and they don't want to get in trouble, they should be pretty accommodating about it. And if they're not, call your union or teacher organization person and let them know that you need backup because that's a thing that they absolutely have to provide. And you don't have to tell the kids what's going on. Just tell them that you have a meeting or that you have an appointment. They have to get somebody to cover your class if it takes place during class time. What I've seen done is like, okay, so at my campus, the home ec teacher has a big giant storage closet in the back of her room with a futon in it. And she very graciously offered to let me sit in the storage room on the futon where it was comfortable and private. So
perfect.
Just talk to them. It could be a conference room. It could be, don't let them put you somewhere gross like a janitor closet that smells like cleaning chemicals or something. But they should be able to find you a place. And also congratulations on the birth of your new little baby.
And of course, if you can, make sure if you can get your own mini fridge somewhere. And if they start to give you shit, it's for yours. Because while you could use whatever fridge is in the teacher's lounge, I'm sure everyone who's nursed before knows that shit's liquid gold. And you don't want someone jacking with it or like some idiot trying to put it in their coffee or just, keep that so you know where it is. Even if you just have like a super cooler in your closet with like 1,000 ice packs. Don't share it. Don't put it out there. You don't want to risk some idiot contaminating your booby milk. So that leads me to my next question, ladies. And this is a personal thing I've been thinking about lately because I have an adorable, sweet little daughter who's 9 years old, and she's incredibly crafty. And both of her parents are teachers. And she's decided right lately her new dream career, she would like to be an art teacher. And yes, it makes my heart swell with love. But the other side of me is like, oh, hun, teaching kind of sucks right now. Like it might be better in 10 years, 12 years, whenever she would enter the field, or 15 years. I don't know. How would you feel about your children going or wanting to be teachers and seriously going? And I know some of us have parents who are teachers. I know Nurse Rosie Rose, her parents were teachers. And I want to support because I think it's a noble profession, but I'm like, this isn't the most loved profession. I feel like it's being shit on now. Now is one of the hardest times to probably be a teacher. I don't want to say in the history of teaching, but my God, I want to say in the most recent generation, this is probably the most difficult time. How would you ladies feel about your children wanting to be teachers? Are you like, I'm not going to discourage my child from wanting to do anything at this point. She is very young and sweet. And I'm not saying, oh, honey, you're going to get paid shit. Don't do that. Don't follow your dreams. But when she gets older, I might have a little bit more of a conversation with her. But how do you guys feel about this? Shirley, Bunny?
Well, Bunny knows my mom's a teacher. The eldest Tantrum wants to also be an art teacher and musician. I'm not going to discourage him. I'm just not. But when he gets older, I'm going to sit down with him and be like, listen, I need you to have all this information before you start thinking about like post high school stuff. I also am well aware that, kids change their minds like a million different times. So it's for me, I'm not going to say anything until we hit about 16. And then I'm going to sit down. And if that's still going on, I'm going to be like, okay, you need to hear all this other stuff.
Say, here's my checkbook. Take a look at what's in my savings right now. Now, here's my cousin. He went into the corporate world. Jeez. But Bunny, how do you feel about this? What are your thoughts with your new beautiful daughter, freshly hatched?
My knee-jerk reaction when you said that, because I've met your sweet little daughter, my knee-jerk reaction was like, same kind of thing. I don't think I would discourage her, but okay, I don't think it's any secret. Like pretty much most of the hosts here have a theater background, and people always used to joke about going into teaching as a fallback career if you couldn't make it as an actor. I would almost encourage my daughter to have a fallback career from teaching, like just in case she hits the point of screw this, I hate doing this anymore. Like, I don't know. I would almost want her to have a backup in case she starts it and realizes it's not for her.
Because I like teaching. I feel it is a career. It's something you can do, but it isn't the most loved career. It's not when you're going to get rich or have, a whole lot of things. But there are a lot of benefits if you can find the right district and your right passion to teach. Because I feel that is very clear is that you need to be teaching something you are actually passionate about. If you are someone who, like, I love teaching English or history, but right now I'm teaching math, you'll no wonder you're miserable. This isn't a subject you even like, and you're having to teach people who aren't excited about. It's hard to get kids excited about something you are not excited about either. And like Miss Mama Chicken just said, it can be an incredible career path. I think I would have a serious talk when they're older, but I will never discourage anyone from following their dream. And as being a theater person, the fact that my family's like, oh, you're going to go study theater? Okay, well, have fun with that. You enjoy it. And it gave me a lot of tools in my tool belt to make me a better teacher and who I am today. When she said that, I was like, ooh, okay, well, I love you so much. You keep going, girl. You keep making your own project. Let's run with this. We'll deal with this when the time comes. And like Shirley said, she's going to change her mind 1,000 times, I'm sure, before she even gets to that point. So I'm not about to lock it down.
I will say that my youngest daughter, who y'all know very well, she wants to be an animal rescuer. Like, she wants to work for a habitat and like rescue animals. Oh, and she also wants to be a watercolor artist.
All right.
That's
yeah,
cool.
I was like, you could do both. You could do both.
She could do watercolor pictures of the animals to help them get adopted.
Exactly.
Aw.
Hey guys, guess what?
What's up?
We have a Patreon.
Oh, happy day.
Filthy liar.
It is a very happy day. We have a Patreon for as little as $5 to $10 a month. You can support us here at Teacher Needs a Drink podcast, and you can get access to all kinds of bonus episodes, extra episodes, lost episodes, and you get cool things like a live event. Right now, we're streaming this as we record, and we have patrons who are listening in. So a couple times a month we do that. We're going to be doing a watch party. I believe it's going. Shirley Temper, tell me the movie again.
Jennifer's Body.
We're going to be streaming, or we're doing a watch party for the movie Jennifer's Body, starring Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried.
This is like a classic dark comedy horror feminist masterpiece, and I will not hear anything against it.
Did a good job with it. I've got nothing against this one. I've got the Blu-ray somewhere. I like it a lot. And this week we're in our warm-up mode of our Teacher Needs Drink step bet number 4. If you're interested in getting a little motivated to get a little extra exercise or get out, we're starting a 5-week step bet this week. It starts Monday, October 11th. However, this is warm-up week where you just kind of get used to getting in the habit of things, and it doesn't really get real until next week. That's the week you actually get eliminated. What happens is you download the Step Bet app, and you put the code in TNAD4, Teacher Needs a Drink, TNAD4, and then you buy in. It costs $25. But what's cool is if you meet your goal every single week, you get your money back, plus a cut of all the money of the people who didn't make it back. Right now, I think it's 13 people who are participating at the moment. The pot's at 325. So if you join and none of those people or some of those people don't make their goal, you get their money. And so it's a good thing to motivate you, keep you going. I personally like the step bet a lot. It goes off of what your current thing's off of your device. So come join us at the Teacher Needs Drink Step Bet app and do it now. It's awesome. And join our Patreon. Do it now. Woohoo! Yay! Would you rather throw a temper tantrum the first time you meet your in-laws or cut off your nipples with a butter knife? Sweet Jesus. That's not even a real question there.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be a bitch. I'm okay with my choices.
Yeah, I'm going to throw a temper tantrum with my in-laws and just like I like my nipples. They're awesome. They're there. They keep me there. Yeah, so I'm just gonna throw down with the in-laws and Miss Jessica A, I think Mama Chicken, everyone's in here. Everyone's gonna keep their nipples. Well, so we think. Miss Bunny
also keeping nipples. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You need those right now.
Yeah, the nipples are. Yeah, you definitely need them right now. But the one thing that would make me consider that is, but if I could like remove my nipples with no like scar tissue, I would love it because I could just squeegee my chest and just a nice big squeak in a smooth movement. But I can't do that now because my nipples are little speed bumps. They go bum, 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 bum. So, but that's not reality. And I don't know how often I'd actually squeegee my chest, but you know.
No, I come by my my Teacher Needs a Drink alias, honestly. So I'll just throw a temper tantrum. I don't care.
All right, my friends. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of Teacher Needs a Drink podcast. I'd like to thank our patrons who are listening live while we record this and getting to send messages. And I also want to thank my hosts who were here today. Miss Bunny O'Hare, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking a break from your beautiful, beautiful daughter and joining us.
It was a pleasure to be back. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you're back. And Miss Shirley Temper, I'm so happy you're here.
I'm just like every modern woman trying to have it all. A loving husband, a family. I only wish I had more time to seek out the dark forces and join their hellish crusade.
That is Adam's Family. I got it now.
Oh, you got it?
I always get it the second time because I'm so smart. All right, my friends, I'm so glad you're out there. Everyone take care of yourselves. And if you're interested in leaving teaching, if that's something you're kind of pondering, go listen to our episode from last week. So you're thinking about leaving teaching. We had the expert Daphne Williams come on and tell us what teachers usually need to do in order to transition to the corporate world. And if you want to find out more, there's a link on our website as well as a link in that episode where you can see all the details of how to do it. So my friends, deep breaths, deep drinks, cheers! Woo!
Cheers! Woo!
Da, 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 da. All right, my friends, I'd like to thank you for joining us for another episode of Teacher Needs Drink podcast. We release a new one every single Wednesday, and we are proudly sponsored by Lud Lamb Dramatics and Legendary Pretzels. If you are looking for an amazing treat, go to legendarypretzels.com. They are amazing. They're made by teachers. They're just the most affordable, best way to treat yourself. It's gonna be awesome. All right, my friends. Also, if you have something you'd like to share with us here at Teacher Needs Drink podcast, you can hit us up through the contact page of our website or through the Patreon, because for as little as $5-10 a month, you can become a Patreon patron of Teacher Needs Drink podcast. You get access to all kinds of extra features, special episodes, exclusive episodes, movie watch parties, step bets. You get to listen to our live recordings. Go join our Patreon. It's awesome, and do it now. Last but not least, I'd like to thank my hosts who are with me today, Miss Bunny O'Hare and Miss Shirley Temper. I love you, ladies. Okay, my friends, take care of yourselves. Cheers!
As I walk through my office in the valley.
Oh my gosh.
I am so cool, aren't I? That's a Coolio song, Shirley.
Or a Weird Al
Thank
song.
you. Yeah, I went
Or a
Weird
Weird
Al in
Al.
my head. Yeah, I went for Weird Al. Understanding that it was a cover.